What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan and I'm B-Man-X45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have a deck profile for the Digimon TCG for the BT6 format. This is going to be our take on green for the BT6 format. Now, green didn't get a lot of great support with the last set for the BT6 format. I haven't really added any EX01 stuff in yet, because I'm waiting to see what I want to do with that. So this is kind of what I did in late December. I changed it up a bit. It's mostly the same as my last profile, but I've changed a few aspects of the deck. So without further ado, let's get into it. So for your babies, you have the 4 Yokomon, 1 Budmon. Pretty simple, very standard. Yokomon is really good. Probably the best green baby we've got to date, with the Digiburst abilities, giving it 2000 DP for the turn if it's trash due to being activated for a Digiburst. And then Budmon, on the other hand, he just while this Digimon has Digiburst, it gets 1000 DP. So not as good, but you know, if you want a 5th target, you might as well just throw him in there. Okay. On to the level 3s, we have 2 Lalamon. I feel like 2 Lalamon is perfect. It's always just really good. You don't want to see her a lot. You want to see her earlier on, if you can, but you don't want to see her like late game. She's not really that good. So when she's trashed due to getting a Digiburst, it can return to your hand. So if you're having a problem getting to your level 3s, it's just a constant level 3 that you can use. So that's really good. 2 Tentomon, that's new. Reveal is always really great, and it just helps you get through your deck. So I feel like Tentomon's a really good, if you have to hard play, he's definitely a really good target. So 2 of him, trying that out. 2 Terriermon, and this is just your memory gain blockers that are becoming very prominent in the game. So 2 of him is really good. Like I said in the last video, I think the only memory blockers we don't have would be yellow and red. I don't think have memory game blockers, unless I'm not sure about red, because I know we do for blue in the last set. We got one for blue. I'm trying to think of the name. We have Terriermon for green. We have, oh gosh, what's that little pink mouse guy? It's not Sukamon, it's the other guy, Chumon. You got Chumon for black, and you have Gazimon for purple. And now, and the blue guy, of course, which is, Moki Betamon. I know it's Betamon, but it's got something in front of it anyways. So yeah, so we're still missing it for red and yellow, unfortunately. Goblimon, your 2-drops are just not as important. I find this format, with so many powerful effects and stuff like that, and different memory gain abilities, especially with memory boost cards, it's just not as important. So only 2 Goblimon. I still like to have 2 of them. Then we have the Palmon engine, 2 BT5 Palmon versus 3 promo Palmon. I know you could play 4, but I like 3. I feel like it's a consistent number, and I don't just, you know, clog up my hand. So 2 and 3, and of course this one gets you the jamming. This one gets this one back from the graveyard, so you can do it again. So really good combo. It's 13 level 3s. On to the level 4s, we have 2 Roachmon and 2 Vegemon. Now Vegemon, technically they're all Vegemons, but Roachmon's just there for that cheaper on play cost. Although it is, you know, applicable that it can get killed by things that, you know, reduce DP, or things that kill under a certain DP threshold. So there is that. But generally, you're probably not going to want to play this and not do anything with it. You're probably at least going to want to be able to play it and go into a level 5 or something like that, or play it as board presence while you have a stack. So I mean, it's one dozen the other, but it's still, I think it's kind of nice having that lower cost that you can just play from your hand if you have to. So if I start not liking these, they're just going to be Vegemons basically. Okay, this is the new one, 2 Arbomon. I play a decent number of Tamers, and honestly, the hybrids are amazing. Late game, win you games all the time. So I feel like 2 Arbomon would be really key. So I'm testing that out right now. I'm so happy that we're getting more hybrids. That's really cool. 4 Weedmon, what's there to say? Memory gain off Digiburst, and he's a low play cost too, and a low Digivolution cost. He's just great all around. Just really great all around. And then we got our 3 Kabuterimon blocker. Only 3 Kabuterimon blocker, but you'll see why in just a second. You probably can already see it. Anyways, yeah, you see the Cherrymon out of the corner. But yeah, so 3 of him. Only 3 of him. Your 5K DP blocker, 1 to evolve. And that's because we have 2 Cherrymon in our level 5s. And by the way, that was 13 level 4s as well. So the 2 Cherrymon, I needed level 5 targets, and I didn't want to go all in on the Blossomons, so I decided to do 2 Cherrymon blockers, 7K DP blockers. And then you have the Argomon. Maybe one day this guy will go back. Probably him would probably go back before Hidden Potential and Discovered, but I don't know, there's probably a case to be made for both. So just one of him. 3 Blossomon, your Digisorption. I don't like 4. I think 3 is fine enough. I find like some of the time your Digisorption isn't that great because you have to, do your guy sideways, and then you can't really do anything. You can't do any big plays. You gotta hold him there, and then he's suspended so he can get attacked by your opponent. So I think 3 is a good number, especially since you can't do that in your raising area. So drawing into multiple copies of him just don't seem that good. We have the 3 Lilamon. Again, I could play 4, and if I ever drop the Cherrymon, I probably would just play a 4th Blossomon, 4th Lilamon, but I feel like 3 is a great number. Her Digiburst really good, but you also have a lot of monsters that you want to Digiburst your whole stack, your boss monsters. So you don't always want to have to Digiburst with her because then you can't do the whole stack. So she's still really good, and she can help you get through your opponent's tough Digimon. So that's why I think she's really good at 3. And that's 9 level 5s. On to the level 6s, we have 3 Nidhogg, 3 Grand Kawaga. So this is kind of my control versus OTK deck. Nidhogg does the control, Grand Kawagamon does the OTK. So whichever one you get, that's the one you can kind of focus in on for that turn. And basically either try to control your opponent's board or try to get through their security and just destroy them instantly. So really good with the Palmons because you can basically Digiburst your whole stack, get jamming, get 2 security attacks, go through 3 cards, and if you can get 2 of him on the board at one time with a Palmon under it, you can go game unless they have some kind of option card that stops you. And then of course Nidhogg, you need his whole stack because he Digiburst 4 and he basically board wipes your opponent, sends all their cards back. Really, really good, really strong, really, really strong. So just those 6. And then of course we have Chaos Mons as our level 7. He's really great to go into because the Nidhogg's kind of useless after you use his ability. So being able to go into Chaos Mon's really good, and he can do piercing and attack that turn. So a lot of good plays with the Chaos Mon. That's it for our monsters. For our tamers, we have 1 Izzy, Azumi, and Mimi, plus 3 Mimi. I was playing 2 of this and 1 of this. I still really like this. It's nice getting that extra memory every turn, especially when all you have to have is your opponent has to have a suspended Digimon, which is something you can do with this game or with this deck and stuff like that. But this is really nice. having this, just being able to use the level 5 to hatch a Digi-Egg or move it out from your stack is really great. And like when I was playing 2, I wasn't seeing it, so I wasn't using it a lot. But when I started playing 3, I just saw the ability coming up more and more, and it's just really good. So I think you need to at least play 3 Mimi. This is preference, really. And then lastly, we have our option cards. We have 2 Needle Spray and Hidden Potential Undiscovered. I don't have to say anything about this card. It's amazing. It's an amazing card. I hope maybe one day we might see it at 2. I don't think it'll ever go back up to 4. But I think green could use a little bit of speed boost right now. But we'll have to see what's coming for green, because if other stuff's coming that's OP, we'll never see it go back up. And of course, Needle Spray, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, and you get to activate its effect off of security and add it to your hand. And it's 2 costs, so I feel like it's better than Flower Cannon, easier to pull off and stuff like that. So I like that a little bit better. But if I had to cut some cards for, say, like memory boost cards, it'd probably be like these ones. Right now, I'm still waiting on my starter decks. The supplier is really being a pain in the butt. So my local game store is not able to get them. So I'm still stuck without memory boost cards, unfortunately. So that's the only thing I'm missing for the BT6 format. But I'm not a big fan of the memory boost cards, and I'm probably going to try to not play them if I can. I'm probably going to have to play them some of the time because they're going to be too good. But right now, I'm just not with that. So that is the deck profile. Tell me what you guys think about it, what you're interested in, what things you think I could do to change it. Always looking for opinions. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. If you enjoyed today's content, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we appreciate any subscriptions. We really thank you very much for the subscriptions thus far, and we hope to see more people subscribing in the future. And remember to hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss 1 minute of the fun. That's all for now, folks.